outdoor rally with a guy who's the former president of the United States, who is imminently becoming the nominee for president of the United States,
right.
Someone who we just know, it's just inherent that Donald Trump has multiple credible threats to his life at all times for like the last decade or so. And they weren't even going to provide counter sniper teams at first to this rally, which, as I just said, is outdoors, which is the most potentially fatal, the most dangerous position a politician can ever put themselves in. We're told the counter sniper team showed up like the day before to actually do some of the casing, not, a week prior. And I've done presidential visits. I've done overseas stuff with presidents and detailees, and you're out there a week before. You're going through the motorcade route. You're checking bridges. You're doing all that stuff. None of that was done here. None of it. 8 days before the rally, local police are informed. 5 days before the rally, they meet with the Secret Service, and they're informed that the rally will be held at the Butler Farm Grounds. 3 days before the rally, Secret Service conducts a site visit. Just 3 days before they conducted the site visit. At that point, no counter sniper teams. On the day of the rally, at 9 a.m., they hold the briefing. Local SWAT and sniper units are there, but the staging locations are laid out. Secret Service doesn't attend. According to attendees of the briefing, no Secret Service or other federal law enforcement is present for this briefing. Secret Service had not initially intended to provide sniper units, but changed course for currently unclear reasons. The briefing included an outline of the security perimeter for the event and areas of responsibility, or AORs. At 9:27 a.m., concurrent, Thomas Matthew Crooks, the alleged shooter, enters a Home Depot located in Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. CCTV footage shows the shooter entering alone. A couple minutes later, he purchases a 5-foot aluminum dual platform ladder. That's the only time we see the ladder, by the way, Tucker, in this timeline. The ladder disappears after this. 9:42, he leaves. They identify him. 10:30, snipers are in position. And this is interesting.
Can I just ask, so that morning, Crooks buys the ladder.
Yes.
So that suggests he's already figured out exactly what he's going to do.
He's got an idea.
Interesting. Okay.
So the ladder's in place. 10:30 a.m., 2 local law enforcement snipers are in position on the second floor inside the AGR building, the American Glass Research Building. So they don't go to the roof of this building. They go inside the second floor. They sit there. They're looking out the windows, but they never actually go to the roof or apparently to the back of the building to see where this guy came up. 5:10 p.m., Crooks is first observed by one of the snipers, AGR Sniper 1, at the AGR building. And he takes the picture below of Crooks. Not long after that, and I'll show you these in a second, they can put up, AGR Sniper 1 takes a picture below of a bicycle and what appears to be 2 bags located near the AGR building. It is unclear what happened to the bicycle and bags after July 13th, 2024. You can take a look at that.
So they're saying that Crooks rode a bicycle to the event?
There's a van that's later found outside the event in sort of the parking area that's about a mile distance from this AGR building. That is Crooks's van. That van is, we're told, contains explosives, homemade explosives, and explosives that are connected to a remote controlled detonator, which is later found on Crooks's body. So the idea being then, if this bicycle is indeed his, parks the van, gets into the bicycle, carries his rifle, slings it on, you could see the bags in the photo, rides the bicycle from where the van is, that mile distance, to the back of this building.
Okay, so then I'm getting to the next part. I'm sorry to take this from
And
you.
actually, I'm just realizing that I don't believe in the senator's timeline that they have the drone.
What drone?
Crooks's drone. Unless I'm missing it.
He has a drone too?
It's now been reported that he, at some point prior to 5:10, so around 3 in the afternoon or so, when things are still getting prepared, he's there with a drone flying a flight pattern around the area of the Butler Farm Grounds.
That's insane. You can't, I just know from living in DC, you can't just operate drones around law enforcement. It freaks them out.
No, or Don Jr. told me, and I think he said in one of his recent interviews, that when his father was at his house for like an event, like a family event and a party, that he wanted to put up one of his drones, and the software wouldn't allow the drone to even take off because a Secret Service detailee was in the vicinity. My cousin was getting married in southern Pennsylvania, which is pretty close to where Wilmington is. And she wanted to have a drone up at her wedding. And because Biden happened to be in Wilmington at that point, she was within that 30-mile radius. The photographers come to her and say, hey, we can't do any drones here.
This is crazy. And it's also sophisticated. So the guy's got, it seems like he's got a van, explosives, a bicycle, a rifle,
a drone.
This wasn't a spur of the moment thing. He's buying the ladder that morning.